Hello friends, and welcome to the September reveal for Harvest from the Hollow. So this will be the October subscription, but it does ship out September, the first week in September. So this one is, oh my gosh, my favorite. I don't know, it's my favorite so far. There's story behind it, there's characters in it, I mean, it is just like a labor of love, and it is the last full kit that Christopher and I will be doing together. He has put his input. We have started the artwork. We've done a lot of things for the ones going forward all the way up into spring, but this is the last one where we're actually working on it together. A lot of the rest of it is kind of going to be me, but he does have his hand in all of it, but he will not be available to do as much as he has been doing in the past. So hence there's going to be some changes. There's some changes to this kit itself. Don't panic. It's all okay. Everything's going to be okay. And then I've also got some options. So stay tuned till the end so that you can see the functional bundle and something else that I created to take the place of some of the things that changed in here. And yeah, so let's just dive in. This is, again, Harvest from the Hollow. This is the October artwork, but it ships September, first week of September. I always say September 1st, but there's no way I'm going to get this out on September 1st. The subscriptions, if you're already subscribed, they renew on the 1st, and then shipping is always done within that first week. So I'm going to start with the Vellum because I can't. This Vellum is beautiful. I even brought a white piece of paper. I'm totally prepared, but look at how stinking cute he is. Everybody's losing their marbles over him. Cutest bat I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at him. He's just so stinking cute. Anyway, this is Vellum number 1. You've got like the forest scene. This one gives a little bit more Halloween-y vibes with the candles and all of the like fireflies. And you've got this nice, beautiful little collage item here with the big, gigantic mushrooms, which, you know, I love mushrooms to look at. I do not like mushrooms to eat, but as far as decoration and to look at them, I think they're absolutely fantastic, and they 100% scream fall to me. So mushrooms, yes, for sure. Love. So anyway, this is Vellum number 1. I love it so much. I can't wait to use it. The hardest part about these for me is actually ripping them. It's really hard for me to rip them. I just want to keep them whole and not like tear them up, but I don't really have anywhere. That Sophie is going to bark. Hopefully she'll stop in a second, or I will go open the door. Anyway, I don't have anything big enough to just have this in it. And sometimes I think maybe I want to do it this way so we can half page it and I can put them in maybe I'll do that next month. We'll try horizontal. We'll try designing them horizontally and see if maybe we can do something like that where we can half page it. I don't know, but I just love it so much. Look at this one. These beautiful fall flowers everywhere, and the stars and the moon. You've got these like little butterflies everywhere. And then do you see him? The little forest spirit. There's a little forest spirit in there. How cute is he? He's got little chicken feet. He's stinking adorable. There's another one over here as well. So anyways, very, very, very fall, very harvest feel to them. The overlay on this is Halloween poems. So just, you can't really read it. So if you're not a Halloween person and you're just going to ignore all the nods to Halloween in here, you can't really read it on there. So don't worry. No worries. It'll be okay. Always going to have the washi one and the premium matte. No, I will not be making tiers. The idea behind this is just me responding to some comments underneath some stuff in the Facebook group as no, I won't make tiers. The whole reason for scaling back on some of the things that are more tedious was time, and creating tiers only creates way more work for one person. I am by myself. He will be able to do very limited things for me. When it comes to cutting, it's going to be a kind of a shared thing. And I cannot do it all by myself if I have multiple pages with lots of tiny little things on them. When you're talking hundreds and actually thousands of pages that I have to cut, and no, it's not thousands of subscriptions, but if you do the math, each one of these has 19 pages in it. And even if you just take those 19 pages and times 100, that's 1900 pages I have to cut. And without his help, I can't be having more pages that are tedious and time consuming. I need to kind of scale it back a little bit, which is why I made the changes, which I will go over. But I just wanted to address comments that I was getting on the Facebook group, because I don't want them to think that I'm not thinking about them, because I am, and I have solutions. So just hang on for that. The other thing about the washi is, besides it being fabulous, there is one sheet in the washi that is not a mistake. It is on premium matte, and it is the same as I did last month, but this time we've got some fall / some beautiful moments, witchy planners unite, happy haunts ahead. There are some Halloween in here, but most of it is more harvesty, kind of like October, November kind of harvest vibes, and not necessarily Halloween. So like I said, this kit is a harvest kit with a nod to Halloween, and you will see a lot of the nods. So anyway, that's the washi, but we're going to go over the premium matte because the premium matte is easier for me to show you. There are some washi pages in here, and I will have my little white piece of paper handy so that I can show them to you. But let's start with the vellum. This little granny at the market stall, I think this is so stinking cute. I love her little face. She's so adorable. But that's that one. And then this month's, I couldn't resist. Like, I needed them to be somewhere. And so I decided to make them with little pumpkins and little trick-or-treaters. I decided to make them your monthly headers. And then your cards. Let's do the cards. Look at that. There's your little village. And your girl with her coffee and her books. And then when you flip it over, we have the monthly and the, this is where to find me, and the little cutie pies on there. So there's those. Then we'll get into the actual kit. So we'll start off with the big one. This is your full page sticker, which, let me get my planner real quick. All right. A5 size planner. I'm going to do this with this kind of in the background so that you can see size-wise. A5, you can see size-wise what all of your deco is, all of your big pages. So this would be considered a full page sticker. So if you wanted to use this, might be better if I go back here to where there's really nothing, so you can see it on a blank page, but you can see there. It would be really fun, like divider or something like that, and put some of your quote strips in there, a little bit of your vellum backing, and you've got a fantastic divider page. So there's that one. Then this one here, you can see how long these strips are. So these are strips of this beautiful artwork with the gorgeous florals all along the bottom and the big tree on the side. So these are strips, and then you've got some deco. So you can see here, like on an A5, if you were going to put this girl, she would fit right here in this corner. Same thing with up here. So this is giving you kind of an idea. That's the last time I'm going to do it. I just wanted to, well, not the last time, it's one more time I'm going to do it, but I just wanted to show you my deco sizes compared to what you might be used to with other kits. So I tend to go a little bit on the bigger side because I feel like my kits are used more for journaling than for actually like weekly planning. But there are elements in here that are small enough for a weekly planner, so you can do it. But so here we have this page. I'm not going to explain every single thing on every single page because, they're pretty self-explanatory. You've seen this one already, but this is a big piece of deco right here. So I can show you on a page how big that would be on an A5 page. It's a pretty big piece right there, but it's very Halloween-y. So I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I love the little pumpkins on here, and the lantern. It was just like, it had to be used somewhere, even though it's kind of big. Your florals this month. Here's the size. Your corner, I gave you 4 corners, which they go all the way to here. So it goes from here to here. So these are pretty big corner pieces. Then I gave you some bunches in the middle, these 4 bunches. And then there's some individual flowers in here, along with a lot of leaves and like little pieces so that you can kind of do some decorating inside your planner. So there's your flowers. Here's your half page. And by half page, that's what I mean by half page. And then you've got little grandpa and his granddaughter teaching her how to farm. And then look at this cute cottage with that giant mushroom. Isn't that just adorable? So I thought that was super fun. Then you've got your washi strips in all the Halloween-y colors. And then on the ends, there's like little buttons and flowers on the ends of each one. Then your thirds page. you have to have a cat. I mean, it's harvest and it's sort of like a Halloweeny kit, so you have to have a cat, and especially a black cat. But how stinking cute sitting out on the window. I just think that's so beautiful. And then you've got a little bit bigger. I wanted you to see like the whole thing of the granny at the market stall getting her fruit. And then this one is a couple of little forest spirits walking off into the forest hand in hand with the little lights, and it's kind of like a round, kind of a round light behind them kind of a scene. And then this page right here, there was some inspiration for this, is that somebody in my Facebook group asked if I could make sidebar stuff. And since I was replacing a couple of pages, I thought, sure, why not? We can do something sidebar. But then I started kind of playing around with these. These are not sidebar, but how cool would they be in a section like this? Let's see if I can get to a weekly that's not all messed up. So here, a monthly. So say you have a monthly where you are going to write some stuff, but you're not going to fill the whole thing. Look at that, where he ends up. He takes up half the page, and then you can, you know, put another one on the other side if you wanted to put one up here and then kind of write around it. I just thought they would be fun, or you could just use them on the side, however you want to do it. And then this is a great big piece, another big deco piece for you to use, and then some leaves around the outside. I know I'm doing a lot of explaining, but it's because I get a lot of questions. And so I'm trying to do this in a way that I answer a lot of the questions ahead of time, because I feel bad that I don't always get back to people like right that second. I try to, but I don't always see them right away. So this one's going to be washi in both kits. So there is no premium matte version of this sheet right here, because this is a terrible sheet. So it is cut all the way around big ways, and you can do whatever you like with it. You can either cut it with some scissors or a cutting thing, whatever you want to do, or you can rip it, or you can leave it whole, however you want to do it. But it has 6 scenes in here that I thought were super fun. And I'll leave it here for a second so you can see them all. But this one is the phone, just so you know, on the website. If you are a part of the newsletter or you sign up for the newsletter before they go out, the link will be in the newsletter for you to download this and use it on your phone or your iPad or wherever you want. I have different sizes that I put up there. So that's that. And then this one is your paint page. I call it the paint page, and I used him a lot of times. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help it. He was just so stinking cute. Anyway, these are all of your little paint splotches with different types of artwork, or sometimes there's just like a little bit of an overlay on it. This is your full page washi. It's another one of the washi ones, and that's because this is terrible washi. You just do whatever you like with it. But thought that was fun with all the pumpkins down here and the bats and the full moon. And it's kind of like a rundown looking castle, but it looks bigger than just one castle. So it looks like an old village or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what that reminds me of, but it actually kind of more reminds me of a video game. So I don't know. I just liked the image. This is your monthly. I did make a little bit of changes to the monthly. Put the stamp here, which is not the same stamp as what comes on the other page. This is a different one. I made a different one for this page. And then you've got a little flower bunch, a little booty. I thought it was funny, booty. And then a little like collage of some fun things. And then I did add, so I added another birthday goals and to do to this so that you have more like little scripts that you could use. And then you still have your 1 to 31 here. Then this one is the mini deco. So I kept this one, but I changed the orientation and added a few more of these to it. Remember, I kept saying we need to have more of these because I love these for putting like my to-dos, importance, and all that kind of stuff on there. So I did add more. So now you have 8 of them, along with some smaller deco. So if you have some smaller planners, like a week's planner or A6 or something like that, or like I love using this page in my pocket planner. It's one of my favorite things. These are all smaller sized. Here, so you can see how tiny they are in relation. So if you have like a week's or an A6 or something like that, this is the tiny deco page right there. Then this one is the collage sheet. Look at that. Isn't that just the cutest little kid you've ever seen? He's so stinking cute. I love, love, love this. This is one of my favorites. And then this one is like the little bakery guy. Grandpa's in there cooking the bread, and then you get the little bread basket, and then stamps. with overlays. Look at the little ghosties. And then the floral one. Then this page, more deco, more little, we call them Hollowfolk. That's one of the Hollowfolk. Whenever you see little characters in here, we've called them the Hollowfolk, kind of like Shire folk, but that's the name of the ones. And I have a whole page of Hollowfolk for you because my son, he has a whole story. I'll tell you when we get to that page, but it's really cute. This one is the other page that, so when she was asking for something that was sidebar-ish, this is what I kind of came up with. So there's a few different sizes here. This is the biggest sheet that I have. They're all 4x7. This is just it. So nothing is going to go like an entire side of an A5. It's just not going to happen. An A5 is 8.5. This is only 7, but you can kind of mix and match and do some things with it if you wanted to. But each one of these are cut in between so you can see what size they are, and these are make really good sidebars. Or if you don't want to use it as a sidebar, because I mean they're stunningly beautiful, you can just use them as strips of washi that you can tear, use as background, whatever it is that you want to use. But this is another one of those sheets that's going to come on washi paper so that you can use it for something other than a sidebar. So that way it's tearable, it's cuttable, it's all that good stuff. So that's the solution to the sidebar question. That's what I came up with. This one here, more of a collage piece, and I did some different corner elements for you. So you have another option for corners. And look at this little Hollowfolk. Isn't she adorable? I think she's so cute with her little pigtails like Pippi Longstocking. She's stinking adorable. And then see my ugly bat? We have a cute bat and a ugly bat that's so ugly it's cute. I mean, come on. And then the little cat. Got a broom that says witch. And then obviously your florals, and then here's the rest of the Hollowfolk. So when we were creating this kit, he was naming them. That's all. I just thought it was funny, and because I think that they bring so much to the kit as far as like their look and the feel and the expressions on their faces, everything that comes across these kits is stuff that he has kind of come up with and he dictates happens. So like the grandma with the little, she's like looking up at the sun, smiling. And then, yeah, you can't have a harvest without a scarecrow. And then look at this little boy. How cute is he with his little scarf blowing in the wind? And then look, maybe she works at the bakery with the little old dude that was working at the bakery. And then look at her. And then I gave you another one of him because he's a Hollowfolk. He lives there. We need to name him because he's just so stinking cute. And then there's this page right here, which is the one that replaced all of the other functional pages. So remember, there used to be 3 functional pages. And this is what I was talking about, where I have to scale back some of the work. So one of these is a lot easier for me to print, and cut 100 of these than it is obviously for me to cut 300 of these, which is what it would be if there were 3 of them. So this is what is taking the place of the other 2. And then I replaced it with stuff in here. Still 19 pages. You're still getting all the good stuff. But instead of the other 2 functional pages, I've replaced it with this one. So you still have 2 sets of numbers. You have one right here and you have the one on the monthly. You have 5 weeks worth of days of the week. And then down here, you've got a this month, a this week, an appointment, a goals, a to-do, an important, and then I put Halloween on here. There's a Hello October and a chapter 10. So this is I think I hit all the high points of what most people use in these kits, and the stuff that I had to take out was stuff that I feel like is more niche. Like there aren't as many people that use them. So I did remove them from there and put this one in there, just like I said, to make it easier for me to cut this many subscriptions every single month. I don't want to have to scale back. I don't want to have to tell anybody no. So if somebody actually wants to sign up for the subscription, I want it to be available for them, and not, because we've sold out the last few months, we've sold out. So I keep adding more spots for people and I keep selling out. So I have to cap it. I have to, because I'm just one person. So to make it so that I can raise the cap so that more of you can enjoy these kits, I have to scale back on some of the pages that are more tedious to cut. So anyway, I'm just putting this back in order before I show you the other good stuff. Okay, there it is. Back the way it's supposed to be. So pretty. Okay, so one of the other things that I have for you is the functional bundle. You guys, like, Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you love this. When I did the last sale, um, you guys bought so many of these, so many of these. So I know you like them. So I did it again. And this one is the Harvest from the Hollow. Start in the back. So I did something a little bit different with the collage sheet. Let me get the white background for this. So I did something a little bit different with the collage sheet. As you can see here, there's like the colors of the kit are all different throughout here. So you've got these really deep maroon reds, you've got some greens and reds here, and then you've got some oranges here. So I wanted to make sure that the collage sheet kind of brought a lot of those colors in. Then you have your script overlay, and that's that really deep red maroon that is in her coat. And then we have the library overlay. There's the library overlay, which you're getting probably pretty used to seeing, but again, it's one of those things that it just works for everything. It doesn't matter what season it is, it just goes. Then this is the washi strip, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. So it's just a little terrible washi page that you can use as a whole, you can use as a sidebar, you can do whatever you like with it, but I loved this whole book with the lantern hanging with the heart lights in it. I just thought it was fantastic. And then your bullet points with the colors and your ink splotches. There are 6 colors that I pulled into all different places, but there aren't always spots for 6 colors. So this is the 6th one where you won't see it as often, but it's that really pretty creamy color. It's also right here on the ink stains. And I brought it into the time strips. So the time strips this time, you get that. These are the colors of the time strips. Whew, my arm. I'm trying to move it. I know, off topic, probably don't care, but just so you know, I don't have a lot of range with this arm, so I'm trying to make it. And sometimes I'm gonna make a noise because it's gonna hurt. Anyway, these colors, that's that cream color, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And I think this is a staple color that can go all year long. It does not matter. If you can think of any kit that I've ever come out with, that color is going to go with it. You've got your standard green, you've got your orange, and you've got this really beautiful maroonish brown color, which again, that's the same color as her coat. So we have all of those. And then I made this. I made this for you guys. Hopefully everybody is still here at the end of this video because I have something important to tell you about shipping at the end of this video. So if you're ready to jump, don't jump. Don't jump just yet. So when I took away the monthly part, those other 2 pages, I feel like this is what everybody wanted the most. So there are 12 of these. It does not, like, you could have these for the next 10 years. It doesn't matter. I did it in such a way as that it doesn't matter what year it is. There are no like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on here anywhere. So there's always 31 days in January. There are 31 days here. Hello January, just a plain January, a January in the old type font, and then the chapter 1. And then every single month, whether it's a leap year or not, you have 29 days in here. So if it's not a 29-day month year, then just use 28, you know, and same thing. So all the way through, all 12 months are here. And this is something that you only got to pick it up once. There's 12 pages in here. It's the same size as any of the other 12-page, like Autumn Academia. It's going to be priced the same as all of those. It'll have the same discounts when it comes to discount time. So if this is something you want to pick up and just have for the whole year, then you have what you want. This is exactly what I took away, minus a couple of extra of the numbers, but I do still have 2 sets of full sets of 31 numbers in the actual subscription. So I didn't think that was as big a deal as this. This seemed to be the culprit, was that people wanted to have for their daily pages, they wanted this. So other thing that was brought up was not having to pay double shipping when you want to add something onto your kits. A lot of you already know this and do it. You do it every single time. I'm going to make it easier for you. Instead of having to cancel your subscription every single month and roll the dice as to whether or not you're going to be able to get back in before it sells out, you don't have to do that anymore. If you join the Facebook group or you're part of the newsletter, there will be a code that goes out. On the 23rd, when the kits go live, there will be a code for you for shipping. If you want to just purchase whatever you're going to get to add on to this. So you want to add the functional bundle, you want to add this, you can add it on. There'll be a code to take the shipping off of this order. Not this. This one is automatic. When it goes through on the 1st, the shipping is already included. It's already part of the whole deal. It just automatically goes through. However, when you purchase other things, obviously you're going to have a shipping charge for it. I will combine them together, and you use the code and it will remove the shipping from this, but you're not going to get what you ordered until you get your subscription. So they will ship together the first week of the month. So starting on the 23rd, when the kit goes available, is when the code will be good. And you'll be able to use the code all the way up until these ship. Once everything ships, the code will be turned off. Like literally the day I'm going to the post office and I'm putting these in the mailbox, code's gone. It's going to be a different code every month, and then it'll be turned off. So you will be able to add things to your, because shipping's getting stupid. I may have to readdress some of the shipping charges that I do, because I don't charge the full amount for the subscriptions. And I just got another notification that it's going up again because we're getting to that time of year. I may have to address it by going up just a tiny bit on the subscription. I don't know yet. We'll see when we get there. But for now, again, I will give you a code. Whatever you want to add to your subscription will ship with your subscription, not until your subscription goes out, and it will have free shipping on it. So that way I can just put it in here and you don't have to worry about paying double shipping. Okay, so hopefully, again, newsletter, go to the website, and there's a spot right on the website, cocoandfluff.com, where it says join our newsletter, join the newsletter. I literally send out, I send out one for sure, which is where your code is going to come, and maybe one during sale time, just to give you a heads up that there's a sale going on in case there's something you want to pick up. That's it. You're not going to get spammied from me. I do not send out a lot of newsletters because that's a lot of work on my part and I already have enough to do. So I'm not going to spam you with newsletter stuff. So it does not hurt at all to join the newsletter. That is one place to get the code. The other place I will drop the code is in the Facebook group. So if you're not a newsletter person or you don't want anything to do with that nonsense, join the Facebook group, or vice versa. And that is also where I will drop the code. And again, the code will fall off. It will go out and no longer be available once subscriptions ship. So if you hang on to this stuff and then you forget to purchase it before, I'm not going to go back and reinstate it. It will just have to be more on the ball next month, just because, yeah, that would be a lot. That would be a lot of work. So anyways, I hope you guys like all this stuff. I hope I've covered everything. I hope I've made everybody happy. Yeah, a lot of work. A lot of work is coming my way without the boy, and basically an arm and a half. So we'll see how far we get. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you love this stuff. Leave comments down below, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Feed the algorithm by watching this all the way to the end. And if nothing else, just give it a thumbs up. And then that way YouTube knows that you like the content and that it will be put out there for other people who are like-minded like you and love planner stuff. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.